Hello, hello, ladies out there and gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast, Sisters on Love, Life, and Keeping It Real. I'm Stephanie. I am a love coach and expert on self love and relationships and all that in between. I am also here with my sister, Tanya. She is also an author. I'm an author as well. In our new book collaboration, we're just going to actually tell you this right now because it's coming out 1 week from today. It's called Misadventure's Guide to Ultimate Empowerment for Women. Harness your power and thrive in every area of your life. I'm so excited. Literally 1 week from today, this book will be launched. And it's been such a dream come true. But as you know, we like to keep it real here. So what's our topic today? What are we talking about?
So ladies, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. Today, let's talk about does a mother's job ever pause? And we can just jump right into that. Basically, does a mother ever get a break? And I can answer as being a mother, hell no. We don't get a break for nothing in the world. I don't care if the kids are younger, if the kids move out the house, if the kids start a new family, no matter what is happening, you literally never pause.
Oh, absolutely. And, I've seen you in action, sis. You can't even go to the bathroom without, a child coming in and being like, mom. And you're like, I just need to be in the bathroom for like for 2 minutes, for a minute, whether it's, to go to the bathroom, to cry,
take a shower,
to take a shower, to just reconnect. So, being in your life and being around you and other people that have children, I can feel it. I get it from a different perspective. I'm in a blended family, and yeah, I agree. It doesn't end. Even when I have a point where I'm like, I just need to check out for a moment. I need you to take over to my partner. It's still hard because I will notice things that either aren't put away or lights are on or rooms are messy, and your job just never ends. Because even if you want to say, okay, I'm taking a pause out, even when you take that pause out, you're never taking a pause out.
No, what does that look like?
What does it look like?
What does a pause out
even
look
when
like?
you visit me, and I love my nieces and nephews, but they call you constantly.
Yes.
But you don't even get a pause when you're vacationing unless for somewhere that a phone doesn't work, right? Because and I even feel like you get an SOS. There'd be some SOS message just to be like, hey, mom, do you know where the peanut butter is?
Right.
Like something that you don't even like.
It's something that they need.
Right. It's not even life or death situation. So for all the women out there, it is crazy whether you are a blended family, whether you have your own kids, whether you've adopted kids, whether you've taken your nieces and nephews on as kids, whether you're a grandparent, right? And that's your role as a mother. It doesn't end. And yeah, it can be draining. As much as I love my partner's kids, I've gotten more wrinkles, I've got more gray hair, and these kids did not come out of my vajayjay, right? So it's like, that's just keeping it real. And for you, you have 5 beautiful, glorious children. And yes, I have never seen you get a break. Sometimes I don't know how you do it. I commend you.
You don't get one.
All the women
because
out there.
If you think of even with a partner, you don't get one, right? So from, I think just a mother's perspective and as well as a woman, but just adding the kids to it because you're basically taking care of them all the time. So we can start with you wake up, if it's school year, you're getting them ready for school. You get them on the bus. If you have a job, you're working a job. You may get a call in the middle of the day and now you got to go pick them up because somebody's sick or somebody needs something, or you maybe have an appointment scheduled for them. So you're going to pick them up. You're doing those type of things. They don't feel well. So you're dealing with that. They come home, you're washing, you're getting their clothes together, you're putting them to bed, you're cooking dinner. Not only are you cooking dinner, now you're cleaning up after dinner, right? It's never just a one thing without the other thing happening. So the break and the pause for yourself, I don't think ever really comes. Sometimes it doesn't come when you go to sleep because now your mind is processing and now, you have to get up. You only get like this little inch of time to yourself before you're trying to hurry and shut your eyes. And like you said, I have a child that follows me everywhere. So I can be on the toilet. It's like, mom, and she's looking for me when I'm like, can I shit alone? Right. Just one moment of peace.
Right.
So It is absolutely. How do we find that time? I guess, how do we fit that in is a good way to kind of wrap up. What does that look like? Because it can become very draining.
Yeah.
It could become depressing. It could become down when you're like, I've just been in the house. I've just been basically focusing on other people,
Right.
but where do you fit you in?
Well, you have to, and here's the thing, it's called boundaries that I've found is like really setting those up. So I know even for the first time that we left, the 16-year-old by himself, it was like, here are the set of rules. I'm texting them to you. Do not call unless it's an emergency. Share your location with me so I know where you are at. So I'm not worried
Right.
about, your location or what's going on with you. And these are the expectations that I have set forth as well as my partner so that we know like, okay, we're getting you to where you can start, being by yourself and start managing things. It's the same thing with, dishes. I know when I grew up, me and my brothers and sisters, we were doing dishes early on. Our
Oh,
parents
yeah.
were literally like, oh no, you have chores, you have dishes, you get it done, and you're not allowed to leave anywhere until these things are done. Now
Right.
kids are on their phone. They take their time to do their homework. You're constantly thinking like, how are their grades? What's going on? You can look at the portal. There's just so many different distractions for children, which
Oh, yeah.
then makes it hard to really step away. But the best way to step away is to, like I call it here in this house, I'm tapping out. And even though
Yeah.
I said in the beginning, yes, when I tap out, I'm still noticing, I'm still tapped in to some degree.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's that moment where you're like, okay, this is your responsibility. I need you to like step up, show me you can do this because mom needs a break. Mom
Yeah.
needs some
Yeah.
relaxation. When I'm out with a friend, I'm like, do not call me unless it's urgent. And I mean, urgent is not asking me again, like where the peanut butter is, or, I can't find whatever that might be that
Right.
clearly that
Right.
person can find, obviously, depending on their age, right? I mean, you don't want to leave
Right.
a
Right.
4-year-old by themselves,
Right.
but,
Right.
having
But
that
even
balance.
the elder, it's like, they get older, you think, okay, this is the break, right? No one tells you about when they get older. They tell you
Yeah.
about the daycare, they tell you about the diapers, all the stuff that they think is going to be the difficult part. But they don't tell you that when the kids get older, they don't go away. Matter of fact, they probably come back harder, right? Because
Mhm.
now that's when you need your parent more than you ever know, because you don't know that till you hit that age.
Right.
And then you're out there and you're seeking. So you are their counselor. Now, you're not anything to them if you refuse to cut it off and don't be in their life and don't. But if you're going to parent, you're there all the time. If it's a late
Yeah.
night phone call, if it's in the middle of the day, if it's, something with the relationship, something with the job, something with just how their emotions are going, if they deal with their own personal stuff, a mental health issue, anything, you are full time if you are their person. Now,
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a person, but my mom passed away. So I don't have anyone to go to on that end to go, whoo, so I could do that to her.
Right.
Because I
Right.
would, right? All of mine would come in, all of my 5, and depending on how many you have, it escalates. And, I was
Right.
talking to my cousin this weekend. It's like, there's no break and they're all older. And she's wore out off of them, being older, but dealing with them. So you're not just dealing with your life issues and what's on your plate, you're dealing with their plates. And yes, a challenge. And it is a
It's
challenge to try to find that happy medium, like you said, a healthy, something that you can get away for a moment.
And I also feel like, ladies, one of the most important things too is having that support system. With Tanya and I, we've always talked about we wish we lived closer to each other because
Yeah.
that would be our support. I mean, I'm sometimes, here with 2 boys, a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old. And as Tanya said, the older they get, the more challenging they are.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of that, right? That you're still trying to understand, like, okay, I was once there, but it's also a different time because there's
Right.
more ways for kids to get bullied and all that. And these are subjects we will be talking about at a later time as well. But really having that support system, even if it's just like calling your sister or your best friend to vent and
Mhm.
have that moment to be like, okay, how can I woosah and come back so I can be a better version? Because right now I want to strangle this child,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
can
That's
happen.
real.
It's normal that,
Mhm.
you just are like, what is happening? So
Yeah.
just that's the biggest piece is having that. And even if it's like, Tanya's mentioned this before, like I'm a yoga instructor and she mentioned this in her chapter, like finding something that gives you peace, whether it's going for a walk or going to yoga
Mhm.
class, even if you have to say to your child, as long as it's an age, you can leave your child by himself. And if you have a partner or you have an older
Right.
sibling and you're like, listen, mom needs a timeout. I'm going to go take a walk for 20 minutes. I'll be back.
Right.
Because even that little space is going to make you a better individual and make you stronger in just overall parenting and all of that other stuff. So this is such a great topic, by the way. We are going to continue with this on other podcasts because there's way more to go through this, especially for all of my women out there that are blended families like I am. I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms that my sister has helped guide me through, that I'm helping to guide other friends through that are going through the same thing. So yes, this has been such a great topic, Tanya. Love our podcast. So thank you all for being here with Tanya and I. We so enjoy that you are supporting us and really being there for us.
Yeah. Remember, ladies, every successful woman had some strong lady behind her, pushing her and encouraging you for your growth. So it's really us uplifting each other instead of tearing us down. And that's really what our podcast is all about.
Absolutely.
So until next time.
Till next time. Bye, ladies.
Bye.